Hey guys, it's MadameWario. Welcome back to more Mario Party Evolution, where we analyze various Mario Party topics within the franchise. This week we're covering my board rankings for Mario Party 1. I feel like most Mario Party 1 board countdowns are pretty much the same, and for good reason. A lot of the boards stand out as amazing classic boards, while others just suck. That being said though, because this is my favorite Mario Party game, I felt like it was necessary for me to add my 2 cents and my reasoning into why I think certain boards are better than others. There are 8 boards total, so starting with number 8, which is my least favorite and probably the least played, it has to be Bowser's Magma Mountain. Now I know most people probably put Wario's Battle Canyon in last place, oh my god, it's so bad, but honestly, something about Bowser's Magma Mountain is just not memorable to me. I always get it mixed up with Bowser Land from Mario Party 2, and if you can't even tell 2 boards apart, you know there's something weird about it. Something else with this board is the fact that I don't really ever feel the need to play it. I never exactly want to play it. And when I think, oh yeah, Bowser board, that'd be kind of fun to play, I always think, oh wait, no, that's Bowser Land. I want to play Bowser Land, not this. There's just a major lack within this board, and I can't really put my finger on what even makes it not memorable. I don't know if it's just because it has kind of the same scenery the whole time, or its puzzle-esque nature just makes you kind of frustrated from time to time because it can be very chancy, but I don't know, just something about this board is not that enticing for me. I just never feel the need to play it, and I just don't see anything special about it for being the big boss board. Ranking into the 7th spot is the more predictable choice, Wario's Battle Canyon. I feel really bad putting this board so far down on the list, not for any reason other than the fact that it's my favorite character's board. How lame is that? I don't know why Wario is associated with this battlegrounds atmosphere all the time. I don't really remember that being a big deal in any of his games, like he was this Bomberman type dude, but Nintendo seems to put him there a lot, and I don't really know why. With this board in particular, it's just kind of a tally of, hey, let's see how many bad things can happen to you in one turn. For example, if you've seen my Let's Play of Mario Party, you know that the ultimate sacrifice can happen on this board, and it sucks. The mechanic of this board is just a little bit too random for me, as you never know where you're going to land on any of these 5 islands. It just sucks because you can miss the star, miss Boo, miss Koopa, pretty much miss everything good in the game, and just be stuck playing with this crap luck. For that reason, it's just not the most enjoyable board, and I think that's why most people put it at the bottom of their board ranking lists. I can't really blame them. Alright, coming in at number 6, we're gonna go with Eternal Star. This is another one of those boards where it kind of has a lot of semi-epic qualities, and I love the theming of it in particular, but it just doesn't really hold up as something you want to play over and over again. It's kind of like, let's test my luck this time, and if it's really bad, I won't play this board again until somebody makes me play it again. Again, it's got a lot of random factors drawn into it, like, you know, maybe you'll roll a high enough number to get a star, maybe you won't. If you're taking a chance going a new direction, you could just screw yourself over, which I guess should be part of the fun of the game, but it just kind of makes you frustrated. It's not really all that enjoyable, especially when playing with computers. I can see with people laughing and getting really into that, but I don't know. I just don't feel like this is the strongest board map in the game. I think it did great for what its purpose was, which was to be that final board, that final challenge. And it is a challenge because there's so much luck in it, like the rest of Mario Party. So I think it did well with its overall purpose. I just don't think it stood out any more than that. It's not like a board you have to go back to. Coming in at number 5, this is where things are gonna get tricky. But I have to say it, it's DKs Jungle Adventure. Again, this is probably the most standardized board, and the format for Mario Party pretty much followed this board in continuing series, which I really do like. I like that the star moves in this board. I like that there are multiple paths you can take to really determine your own fate, but there's just kind of the boring factor again, and the whole Womp thing of having to pay $1 million to go the same way everybody else went. It's kind of a race to see, hey, who can get to the path you need to go to first, and then everybody else has to pay. Like, I don't know that that's the greatest mechanic. I don't think that that's the greatest element for, I don't know, how to maneuver around a board, but something about it is just, it's not as enticing for me as the other boards. I would rather play the other boards, so that's why I am putting this down on the list this far. It's really not a bad board overall, it's just got some kind of kinked out elements that I am not the biggest fan of. Coming in at number 4 is the fabulous Luigi's Engine Room. Again, there's a chance element to this board, but I think it's a lot easier to maneuver around because you're thrown a bone a little bit more in some circumstances. For instance, that first path that you start on, if you're trying to get through the blue door, and the blue door's up on your turn, you can always take the longer path and hope that you get either a high enough number or low enough number, depending on what you're doing, in your next turn, to not go the wrong way. I think this board is a little bit more in your favor when it comes to which direction you're going to go and you choosing which direction you're going to go. It's not so chancy. I mean, yes, there is a luck element to it, but it's not so luck-based that you're just pulling your hair out trying to get the game to end sooner. Again, the star moves on this board, which I really like, and I think is a lot of fun for this particular mechanical type board. And I do really love the placement of Boo, that Boo comes at the very end of the board, and you know, you can really benefit from Boo in this game, even if you've just gotten screwed over, gone the wrong way, like you can still have something to look forward to before you cross start again. So, you know, I like where everything's placed. I think this board has a good combination of chance and choice. Coming in at number 3, although this may shock some of you, is Yoshi's Tropical Island. I personally love this board because I'm a beach junkie, so really the theming gets me first of all, the music second of all, and third, it's just adorable. The board itself can be the most frustrating thing ever, or kind of the most hilarious thing ever. I have a lot easier time laughing at this board and what happens in this board than I do with any of the other boards. Because it just seems like, you know, no matter what you do, everybody makes the wrong move. And it's kind of funny. You either all choose wrong or you all choose right. I think it's really entertaining. Other people hate it, they can't stand it, they think this is one of the worst boards in the game, but that's definitely not me. Now, I know I have a bit of nostalgia goggles on when I see this board too, because this was the first board I ever played in Mario Party, and the first board I ever played, I won. So I also have like double whammy yes with this board. I was not expecting to win at all. I was terrible. You throw in this board with so much chance and chaos, and it can be really, really frustrating. So this is one of those boards though that just always is stuck out for me. I always play it like every summer. It's my summer go-to board. Like, when I think, oh, I want to play Mario Party, this is like one of the top 3 boards I think of, which is why it's in my top 3 board rankings. Anyway, I just love Yoshi's Tropical Island. Hate it as much as you want. I love it. The irony of number 2 is probably the most comical element about this, but yes, coming in at number 2 is Peach's birthday cake. I know, it's Peach's board. Why did she get one of the best boards in the game? I don't know, but I love it. Regardless, I love the colors, I love that it's all pink and colorful, and I think it's cool that there's no Boo element, and there's kind of a gimmick to this board that is not on any other board whatsoever. You know, it's a lot more about skill in this board in particular, because you're trying to bank as much money as you can, so it comes more down to mini games with this board. It's almost like the other boards have more emphasis on what's happening in the actual board play than in the minigames sometimes, whereas this is like really minigame heavy. You know, the star's always in one place. You get the little chance game that you play. Either you'll see Toad or you'll see Bowser, but only one person is going to Bowser, and I think that's kind of a fun lottery chance. It's not just totally randomized to where everybody could go see Bowser or everybody could go see Toad. The star stealing element I thought was pretty cool too, that you can decorate the cake. Like, the theming of this board was perfect. And I think it's pretty cool that, you know, you can really design this board to be completely in your favor or completely against. So that's why I have it at number 2. Again, I love the music with it as well. That's something that always really stands out to me. And it's kind of the go-to party game. Like, if it's somebody's birthday and you're like, let's play Mario Party, guys, you always want to play this board. I just love it. It's definitely my second favorite because it's probably the board I have played the second most in this entire game. Alright, and that only leaves us with number 1, which, yes, it was pretty obvious from the beginning, it's Mario's Rainbow Castle. Is this the best board in the game? Yes. Is this the best way to get a star? No. This board in particular punishes the crap out of you if you see Bowser. You have to pay more money than in any other board in the game, which is so dumb and so sucky, but you're immediately taken to start and you get some of your money back. So it's all good. It all works out in the end. Again, this is one of those boards where you're either screaming at your opponents or you're laughing at them because you just, you know, totally screwed up their plan. The happening spaces make or break this board. If you step on a happening space at the right time, you are in heaven. If you step on it in the wrong time, you are definitely in the other place. I think it can't possibly be overlooked that this has not only the best music in this game, but the best music ever in any Mario game, in my opinion. I think that's one of the number 1 reasons it is top for me, especially when it's combined with the theming, which is a rainbow castle. It doesn't really get much more magical or amazing than that. So I'm a big fan of this board. I just love it. I don't even think my reasons for loving it are that good. I can't get over it. This is just the best board in the game. It's just so much fun to play. It's my go-to. And I love that there's a huge element of chance along with a huge element of skill when playing this board. So I think it's great. I don't really have much more of a reason than that. I just love it. So that's gonna do it for my Mario Party 1 board rankings. Please let me know which of these boards is your personal favorite, and if your personal favorite is one of the boards I placed on the bottom, I'm curious to know why they're your favorite, just because I feel like most people hate the same boards in this game, and, you know, lists like this don't really get too creative with Mario Party 1. The board rankings in particular, I feel like most people have the same opinion, so I'm curious to know what your opinion is. But thank you so much for listening and for watching. This has been MadameWario. I will see you for more Mario Party Evolution next time. Peace out, pimps.